and gentlemen, welcome to Shadow and Sun. Today, we are going to be showing everything that we have done the last month, this past month. I am having trouble with my words.
It's okay, buddy. It's been a long week. Hope you guys all had a great Halloween, and thanks again for everybody we mentioned last night. Tonight is the Sunday show-off show. We're going to start with the first project we did in October, which was the dreaded rope bridge. I think it turned out a lot better than some people expected.
Yeah.
And trust me, it was actually easier than we made it seem. The handrails with the rope was actually something that held us back for a while. We weren't sure exactly how to do it, but it turned out to be pretty simple. You just tie the string, say down here, and then go up and down and up and down and up and down, and then bring it back across and tie it off here. The skulls were from the beaded necklace we showed off. Everything was, I think it turned out pretty good. I've seen some other rope bridges. Other people have done videos, and I think they all neglected the handrails, and I think that really puts it over the top. It really, it looks like something you might see in real life. Let me put it that way, I think. Right?
Other than maybe the skulls.
Yeah, maybe the skulls,
Other
yeah.
than maybe the giant skulls.
Yeah, I don't think you'd find those in real life, except maybe in the Grand Canyon or something like that, if you watch a lot of weird videos like I do. So that's number one.
Next, I believe, these spiders.
The little guy did everything on this one.
Yes.
His idea. He gets all the credit for this one.
Other than the mold lines and the...
Oh, yeah, I helped you with that. That's it.
Other than the mold lines and the primer.
Oh, yeah.
But
I think this really turned out pretty sharp, too. Pretty ferocious. Pretty scary looking. I definitely wouldn't want to meet this while spelunking.
yeah, it's a giant spider, like 4 times.
The size of a Winnebago.
Yes.
I heard of Winnebagos. We're giving them away.
Wait, what?
Nothing. It's just something silly I have to say.
Oh,
Yeah. How often do you hear the word Winnebago?
I've never heard it actually.
It's a motorhome. Then the first of the giant skeletons made from the 99-cent store. Giant skeletons with the cocktail swords. The only difficulty we had with these skeletons is the hands. They really don't want to bend into a closed hand position. We did our best. This one really didn't want to cooperate at all. But other than that, I think it turned out pretty good.
And the faces are kind of...
The faces are kind of derpy.
And that's why I changed the face on the other one.
Yeah, they're a little derpy, but, they're giant Titan skeletons. What do you expect? They're, You're not going to find a miniature of one of these anywhere. You might find a Titan, you might find a giant, but you're really not going to find a giant skeleton.
A Titan skeleton.
Yeah, these...
Giant skeletons are actually probably a thing that might exist.
I haven't seen one from any of the big companies. Actually, there are a couple from Reaper, I think, but they're really not this big. They're.
Well, yeah, not that many people need something this big.
No, we do. We definitely do.
Not... I didn't say us.
Then, let's bring out...
Why don't we do the other one and say that?
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. We have
The
our
last one that we did, the most recent one.
giant Axeman skeleton.
We put it in the snow and...
Used a basic white glue, baking soda, and white paint recipe. The snow's actually still drying.
Yeah, something that might be obvious later. We were really rushing to finish some of these.
Yeah,
I'm surprised that they turned out as good as they did. Well,
we had a pretty busy and big Halloween. That's why our video was so short yesterday. We had a lot of fun. It was a great Halloween, but it did take up some of our procrastination hours and pushed them to the very last moment. Did the straps with milliput, the armor with milliput. The shield was just basic for sale sign plastic. He has a bit different face and helmet. The face was a novelty skull ring, and his helmet was from an action figure.
And he has a really strange nose.
He has a really strange nose, more like a monkey nose.
Yeah.
All in all, I think he is our favorite of the giant
Oh,
skeletons
his
that we did.
favorite.
You're not your favorite?
I don't know. Yeah.
You like the spider guy better?
Maybe.
And then this one, we put a skeleton on a giant spider because why not? We had the two of them together. I didn't glue the lance in place because for storage purposes, this would just be a nightmare to, let's see if I can get it in now.
Did you do it before?
Yeah, I did it before. I think it's
Difficult?
I think he got somehow, there we go. He stuck to the shield. The shield wasn't like that before. This is just a barbecue skewer. We were using these for toasted marshmallows last night. Wrapped it with some, the same thread I used for the rope bridge, but I took one of the strands out of the coil or the piece of rope, and it's just a barbecue skewer with a toothpick pinhole drilled into the very end.
You could glue it. It will just.
Yeah, you could, but trying to store this, you'd have to really get a big box and a lot of padding. This way I could just take it out and lay it down somewhere flat in a box, and it won't break or the tip. The tip was what I was really worried about. I wanted something really sharp at the end.
Why didn't you use a needle?
Because that could actually,
Yeah, I know that.
hurt somebody.
I know exactly why.
But he turned out pretty good. I like the way the plastic cloak and hood turned out.
Also been better than the cloth one for this guy.
Yeah, I think so. It's got a little bit more wrinkles in it, and the shading turned out pretty good. I like the shield. The face is pretty cool. He did some milliput customization on the actual face to hopefully make it look less derpy. And I did give the little spider guy a couple of
Dots.
on his
Also,
eyes.
did you do that with spider?
Yeah, yes, I did the spider actually. I did it exactly the way you did it, so they look like brothers or sisters or what have you.
Or
But
they're just the same species?
yeah. But all in all, these giants turned out a lot better than we expected. But you can see they're pretty similar. We may put the white dots on this guy's eye,
Maybe.
but they all turned out pretty good, I think. I hope some of you guys actually try your hand at some of these projects we did, and send us your photos on your takes of them.
And the last one?
The skull throne. I decided not to glue these to the
So
throne,
they can use them in other
so we could
things.
use them for other projects or other games. I've only got 2 of each of these pieces because we only got 2 of the stretch goal sets from Dungeons and Lasers. You want to do the honors and turn this bad boy on?
First,
Light this candle?
I'll explain some of the things we did. First, as is obvious, we painted it. Second, as is also obvious, we added a pile of skulls around
Right.
the
We were
fire.
going to just do a round brick pattern, but the little guy had the bright idea of just swarming it with an additional pile of skulls.
Also, I added this brick pattern, which I'm not sure if I really should have, but whatever.
It looks okay now that it's been painted.
Yeah. We also, around the stairs, have more piles of skulls, including 2 big skulls on the exact same spots each, which is kind of weird.
Those were also from the...
Well, actually, they're
Freedom
not
Heads.
on the exact same spot each, but they're really similar spots.
Again, these are all skulls from the Games Workshop box of skulls set. And they were kind of hard to get in here. This is actually
Milliput.
milliput behind the skulls because they weren't sticking to the clay. And I didn't actually have to use super glue on each and every individual skull like I would have with clay.
Also, 2 things that you might notice more. I'm not sure which one is more noticeable.
The
Actually,
green.
I know exactly which one's more noticeable than the difference. First, we added a gem up here, which we already did before, but we added 4 skulls here. This is only a personal thing for us and things we're going to use it for. What you decorate the back of it with is completely up to you. But we decided to add 4 skulls in each corner and add a gem above them. We also added a gem above the backrest and a dragon skull, which we were already planning on doing.
Which came from the Dungeons and Lasers stretch goal set.
And we put a gem on its forehead because we couldn't put it anywhere else. And then the armrests, which I think by now might...
No,
they're not dry.
yeah, they're not dry. Yeah, they're still kind of fragile.
Yeah.
We had a little accident with the original ones he made in the video and decided to use green stuff, which turned out to be a lot more manageable than the clay to get the spirals that he designed and put in the armrests. And they turned out pretty good. This one's a little too close to that skull, but nothing we can do about that. We would have finished painting it, but like we said, the green stuff is still drying.
Mm-hmm.
You ready to turn this bad boy on?
Yeah. Lights? It is very difficult to turn this on, especially because
Of all the brickwork.
yeah, I don't even know how.
Look at the switch. It helps if you actually look at it.
I'm attempting to look at it.
You want to try?
Yeah, wait no. Yeah, you do. It's really difficult. I think, but that's just because of the one we chose.
You just gotta have a little experience with it. Come on in for a nice long close-up of everything. Turn the bridge around. Let's put the bridge sideways. What do you think?
It's really good. I like how the fire looks better than just the tiny piece of fire, and also how it's changing colors. I also like that.
He did the fire all by himself. That was his handiwork. He made an excellent little circle of fire around the original light. It looks more like fire than any other medium you could probably use. We're actually going to do an episode entirely on glue gun tricks next week, starring the little guy, because he has been having a blast with the glue gun, despite
I'm burning myself quite a lot.
despite burning the crap out of his hands.
Yeah.
He's a trooper, definitely born crafter.
So,
Let us know what you think of these guys.
also,
Please send us any photos you guys do of these projects. We'd love to see your take on these projects. And the little guy has been working on a little side project all week, actually all month.
yeah.
I'll let you take it from here. Tell everybody what you did.
Okay.
Let me move these guys.
They're probably not dry yet, or the grass probably isn't dry yet.
No, I shook it off, but I would definitely give it some time.
So, what I did with these.
What'd you start with?
So,
You got some handy?
yeah, they're all right here. I bought a bag of plastic bugs that included all of these things in them.
Grasshoppers, spiders, giant flies, praying
Spiders.
mantises. There were no spiders? That was the other bag.
Yeah. And also,
These, we gotta use these.
yeah.
These are an old staple of Dungeons and Dragons. Giant centipedes.
Also,
Nice first level monster, I think it is.
I removed the wings from the flies because I felt like using them as other things. But I just cut them apart and re-glued them with the glue gun into basically these shapes. And of like a few, I actually am not even sure if I started it this month. I might have started it like the month before. I'm not
Yeah,
100% sure.
He's been working pretty hard on them.
Yeah, I kind of didn't do much with them for a while until recently. I did have some issues with certain things of them falling apart because the glue and
Yeah, we probably should have used super glue instead of hot glue in some cases.
yeah.
We'll live and learn.
Yeah.
Tell about the clothing and articles you've added to them.
So once I glued them into their current positions, one of the first things that I added was I used the Milliput because it was, I think, the same day I got the Milliput.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure.
Yeah, we went to that one shopping
Yeah.
trip and we got all kinds of
Yeah.
stuff.
I created, for this one, this is the only one that's the same because I broke it off. I added this cape-like thing. I can't find the one for this one, but this one, for the other one, it's also made of Milliput. Other than this purple part. The purple part is made of green stuff. Because we had leftover green stuff that I decided to use. That I accidentally flattened.
The weapon ends are also Milliput.
Yeah.
Some basic rocks, some basic flocking. He is not quite. You got a little more painting to do.
Yeah, a little more.
He wants to add more ink washes and some dry brushing.
Yeah.
And
Some special details.
I really like the way he posed them and shaped them to make them, look, anthropomorphic and, obviously intelligent and not quite 3-creen or frank looking, but yet another insectoid race of creatures to encounter. They would go good in a sci-fi game as well as a, typical Dungeons and Dragons game. The bases are a little long, but that's what it took to get them to stand upright.
Yeah.
But you can just, work your way around that. If they're in a dungeon, maybe face them this way on the board as opposed to this way where they take up a ton of space. But I think he did a great job. He's definitely got a lot of talent to work with, and hopefully I can show him everything I've learned, and he'll take it even further than I did because he started way younger than me.
Also.
Excellent job, buddy.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks. Yeah. I was confused because I was about to say something. Anyways, what I was gonna say is you can probably do similar things with other basic plastic animals, which usually cost.
You get a bag for like $1.
Yeah, you
We've
can
seen-
get bigger bags or bags of bigger things for $10, but usually they're like from $5 to like a few cents, or like 99 cents or something.
And there's horses and dogs and jungle animals, forest animals, but with a little imagination and a hot glue gun and
Or other type of glue.
and some good old fashioned paint.
And also a way to cut them apart.
Yeah, definitely. You got to have a good sharp pair of clippers. Save all the extra arms and tails and things that you might cut off, and make your own mad doctor experiments and come up with new critters to throw at your party for, like I said, sci-fi or Dungeons and Dragons games or whatever you got going on.
Yes.
So we hope you like what you saw. Again, hope you take some photos of your own work and show us, and we'll share them with everybody else. Let us know what your favorite was. I'm guessing this is the fan favorite for now. It's definitely probably our favorite of the October projects. Next month we got 4 more projects for you. We'll keep you posted on those.
Well, one of them is a few projects, I guess, not a project. And also Tuesday, we're going to be opening something.
Very special.
Yeah.
And we like October. We're going to try and keep the November projects fall and or Thanksgiving themed. And if you have any suggestions, let us know. If there's something you'd like to see us build, feel free to leave in the comment section. Until Tuesday, have a great week. Thanks for stopping by.
Yes.
Good night, everybody.
I failed that. I'm not even going to try.